Are you super new to sewing and wondering what do you really need to buy to get by for the bare minimum of what you need to have to be able to fix things, maybe sew a hem, sew on a button, little things like that? I'm going to show you my top 5 pick of things that I don't think you can really sew and get by without these things.
Alright guys, here you are. Here are the top items that I think you need to have if you're going to do some basic sewing repairs or alterations. More than likely, my guess is y'all will be doing hems and sewing on a button or fixing a little hole or something like that in maybe pants or shirt, whatever you got. But these are the things that I think are critical, and I'm not going to keep you in suspense. I'm just already showing you what I think they are. Scissors, very, very important. Now, the ones I have here are Fisker's brand, and they're extra large scissors, which I don't know if you can find the extra large ones anymore, but I have really fat fingers. It's just the way the good Lord made me. But those really extra large ones are very, very nice. I highly recommend them if you can find them, but if not, the regular size Fiskars are fine. The size difference here is a regular size, and let me see if you can kind of tell. I don't know if you can tell, but the hole on that orange one is much bigger, so it accommodates a larger hand a lot better. Do pay attention to left-handed versus right, because there are scissors for left-handers. I accidentally bought those once and gained a whole new sympathy on folks that are left-handed and having to live in a right-handed world. It's not fun to use the wrong ones for you. So grab you what you need there. Make sure that you guard your scissors for nothing but fabric. I am very militant, as you can see. I write on them. How pathetic, but it's important to me that these do not get used for anything except for fabric. No paper, no plastic, no nipping the tag off of a shirt. If I catch someone using these, they're had. You do not use them with scissors. Very, very protective, very important. If you want to keep them for years, you absolutely can, but fabric only. I will say synthetic fabrics are much harder on them, so watch about that too. Next item is probably your needles. Basic hand needles are fine. You don't have to get anything special. I do recommend embroidery needles because they have a bigger eye, and I think that makes them easier to thread. Quilting needles are nice because they're extra sharp and they'll glide through anything, but they're really tiny and they have a teeny little eye. They're hard to thread. So a basic variety pack, you want to need some thicker ones for something like maybe jeans, and then something thinner for things that are a little more delicate. A variety pack should be fine. Pins. Now, you don't need the little pin cushion, but it's nice to have. But the pins themselves are important. These particular pins are a little bit more expensive. They're glass head silk pins that are extra fine. They're a little bit longer than normal, and the glass head is that way if you're ironing something down that you don't hurt the head of the pin and it doesn't melt against your iron. And that's super useful. Personally, I think that's worth investing in the difference. They also go into fabric with less force. I think they're a lot nicer. Ever since I've used them, I've not went back, and neither has my mama. Thread. Everybody's of course going to have thread if you're going to make a repair. Now, this particular thread is a Gutermann thread. It is a nicer, sorry, I got off camera, nicer, a little bit more expensive thread. You should be able to find that at Joann's or Walmart or a lot of the various places. You may find some Walmarts don't have any, but any quilting thread shop or what have you should have it. You do not have to have this brand though. You can use any kind of basic brand. I'm going to zoom over here. You can see I have a lot of different threads. Like that's a serger thread. You do not need that unless you're just really going to be doing a lot of hand sewing. More than likely, you're just going to need a small spool. So pick whatever you got. Even the Walmart stuff to me is fine. The next big thing, a seam ripper. I don't know if y'all have seen those before. If you're not familiar with sewing, you may not have. They're very sharp. You can't hurt yourself with them, but they're important to have because anybody, whether you're experienced or whether you're a beginner, you're going to make a lot of sewing mistakes, and you need to go ahead and plan for them now. Plan to be able to have something to pick out those stitches, because if you make a sewing mistake, picking out with the tips of those is Not going to happen. More than likely you'll cut your fabric. So have you a seam ripper to go ahead and unsew, as some people like to jokingly call it, that you really do need these things. One bonus item that I want to include, because I started to include this instead of the seam ripper, and I'm like, nah, the seam ripper is more important, is a seam gauge. And part of me laughs that I include it because I avoided using it for a lot of my youth when I was learning. But it really does help. You can use a ruler, which is why it's the lowest one on my list, is you can technically sew with a ruler. But having this little slide here helps. That way you can lay your, or you can fix your width or whatever it is that you're wanting to use, whether it's centimeters or inches or whatever. You can fix that on there, and then it's just real easy to lay it along the line of whatever you're trying to turn under, and you get a much neater hem. And the same with the pins. Technically, a person can get by without pinning their stuff and without using measuring, but you're going to have sloppy work. And if something's worth doing, it's worth doing it right. So take the time, measure, and pin. Having the pins, it's like an extra set of hands to help you out, so why not use that? So these are the things. Hopefully my hands aren't flying around making you nuts. These are the things that I think you need, truly need to sew. Now there's other things. I'm going to be making a list of things that I think are needed and important if you're going to get into sewing. This is what I would call the bare minimum of what you need. But I'm going to have those lists of other things, and I'm going to have those things that are nice to have. Certainly there's going to be various brands, which is subjective based on opinion. Like you're sitting right in front of my sewing machine. That is my opinion. It does not have to be this particular thing at all. There's many different things that'll work. But I'm going to be doing lots of videos, I think, on some of the sewing supplies and notions, because I find this stuff helpful on other videos, like when I'm learning about art or something like that that I've been into. Then when someone goes through and gives me a nice list of Amazon links and stuff, that just helps so much to know what's worth buying and what is not. I will give you a caveat. I'm giving you a list of Amazon links here. They are affiliate links. We just signed up for that. But I've never used that before, so we'll see if that's even useful. That said, shop around. Be smart about it. You may find these things super cheap at your Walmart and cheaper, and you may find that it's just as easy to go ahead and snag them through Amazon, whatever you want to do. But definitely realize that just because I'm linking to Amazon does not mean it's the cheapest. It is just the easiest thing to link into to show you what's out there and what's available. I tried to link in and find things as close as what I could to things that I already have and brands that I'm familiar with and brands that I'm comfortable recommending. Fiskars, for example, I've really liked all of the products that I've gotten from them. But anyway, I think this is all I'm going to go through right now. There will be the links in the descriptions, and you can certainly look forward to more videos. I will probably do a, I don't know, top 20 or top 15 list here coming up soon in a few days. Have a blessed day.